Welcome everyone. We started a new chapter. We were discussing about these enzymes. Here in the previous videos we have discussed about what definition for enzymes and how the rate of activity will be enhanced, rate of action will be enhanced by the enzyme, and we have even seen the mechanism of enzymes, okay, how enzymes work. So here enzymes works by two mechanisms. One is lock and key mechanism and the other is induced fit mechanism. So now in today's class we will see the chemical nature of the enzymes as well as the cofactors for the enzymes. Here we all know that enzymes are proteins. We have been studying from the start that enzymes are proteins. Okay, so here proteins are present in different structures. Proteins have primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, quaternary structure. Here most like when the enzymes are proteins, so they too will have structure. So the enzymes are in most of the enzymes which are present, they are in tertiary structure. They are tertiary proteins. So in tertiary structure, in the primary structure the straight chain will be there. In the secondary structure the straight chain will be coiling, the coiling will be seen, okay, and in the tertiary structure that coil will be the primary and secondary structure will be folding upon itself, thereby it will be converting into tertiary structure. So all the enzymes, they are tertiary proteins, that is they are present in tertiary structures, not all, most of the enzymes. Maximum, it is most of the enzymes, they are in tertiary structures. So we can even say that is the enzymes are tertiary proteins. Enzymes are tertiary proteins because most of them are present in tertiary structure. Now depending upon this type of what are the other things which are present in the enzymes. So here the enzymes are classified as two types. The first type is the simple enzyme and the second one is the conjugated enzyme. Enzymes are of two types. The first one is the simple enzyme and the second is the conjugated enzyme. Now coming to the simple enzyme. In this simple enzyme we have only protein part. That protein part will be acting as the enzyme itself. In the simple enzymes we just have only the protein part, okay, and that protein part will be acting as the enzyme itself. So here those are called as the simple enzymes. Simple enzymes have only the protein part. Simple enzymes have only the protein part. So the example of simple enzyme is pepsin, trypsin. These are all the digestive enzymes which will be helping in the digestive the digestion of these are the digestive enzymes which will be helping in the digestion of the living organisms. So here simple enzyme will have only the protein part which itself is the enzyme. Now coming to this conjugated enzyme. Conjugated enzyme. In this conjugated enzyme, along with the protein part, a non-protein part is also present. A non-protein part is also present. See, in the simple enzyme, only proteinaceous part was present. But here in conjugated enzyme, along with the protein part, a non-protein part is also present. Along with the protein part, a non-protein part is also present. Okay, so here now when we see this non-protein part, we have this protein part, but before we go to this, let us see this one, the protein part of the enzyme. In conjugated enzyme, we have two parts, protein part and the non-protein part. The protein part of the enzyme is called as apoenzyme. The protein part of the enzyme is called as apoenzyme and the non-protein part is called as the cofactor. Conjugated enzymes are made up of two things, that is the first is the protein part and the second is the non-protein part. The protein part is called as the apoenzyme and non-protein part is called as the cofactor. non-protein part is called as the cofactor. So together it is called as holoenzyme. Okay, this protein part and non-protein part together complete, this is called as what? Holoenzyme. Now coming to this non-protein part, that is cofactor. Non-protein part is called as the cofactor, protein part is called as the apoenzyme. Now in cofactor, these cofactor, which are nothing but non-proteinaceous parts, these are of two types. Non-proteinaceous parts, these are of two types. The first one is the organic non-proteins and the second is inorganic metallic ions. Inorganic metallic ions. So here in this cofactors, which is non-proteinaceous part, it is again of two types. The first is organic non-proteins. The first is organic non-proteins, because it is non-proteinaceous only. In non-proteinaceous, one is the organic one and another is the inorganic one, which is nothing but metallic ions. Metallic ions. These metallic ions are also called as the activators. Now coming to this organic non-proteins. These organic non-protein part, okay, the cofactor, which is a non-protein part which is organic in nature, it is again of two types. It is again of two types. The first one is called as the coenzyme. The first one is called as the coenzyme and the second one is called as the prosthetic group. Second one is called as the prosthetic group. So now in this coenzyme, which is a non-protein part, in this coenzyme, which is a organic non-protein part, this coenzyme is easily separated. It can be easily separated from this non-protein part and the protein part are there now. So this non-protein part, which one? That is the cofactor. Which cofactor? Organic cofactor can be easily separated from this protein part. It can be easily separated from this protein part. So the non-protein part, which can be non-protein organic part, which can be easily separated from this protein part, that is called as what? Coenzyme. That is called as coenzyme. And the non-protein part or the cofactor, which is inorganic in nature, okay, which is organic in nature, but it cannot be easily separated from this proteinaceous part, that is called as prosthetic group. That is called as prosthetic group. Understanding here protein and non-protein part. Protein part is called as apoenzyme, non-protein part is called as cofactor. The cofactors are of two types, organic cofactor and inorganic cofactor. In inorganic cofactor we have metallic ions, which are called as the activators, which are even called as activators. And in this organic factor, that is organic non-protein part, it is again organic non-protein or organic cofactor, it is again of two types. Okay, if this organic cofactor can be easily separated from the protein part, then it is called as coenzyme. And if the organic cofactor which cannot be easily separated, then it is called as the prosthetic group. So this is the simple basic classification. So here chemically, if it is only protein, if only protein is present, then that type of enzyme is called as simple enzyme, and if it has protein plus non-protein part together, then it is called as the conjugated enzyme, and this protein and non-protein part together we can even call it as holoenzyme. Non-protein part is called as the cofactor. Non-protein part is called as the cofactor. Now coming to this site of enzyme action. We have seen that how is the mechanism of enzyme works. So but now we will see where does the enzyme work. What is the site of enzyme action? Where do we find? Where does enzymes actually work? Where does enzymes actually work? Enzyme. enzyme, that is there are two sites for the enzymatic action. There are two sites for enzymatic action. One is inside the cell. The enzyme action can take place inside the cell or it can take place outside the cell. Enzyme action can take place inside the cell or outside the cell. So, there are two sides of enzyme action. Okay. If the enzyme is, that is acting inside the cell, then it is called as endogenous enzyme, or we can even call it as intracellular enzyme. If the site, that is enzyme, is working inside the cell itself, if the enzyme is working inside the cell itself, then it is called as what? Endogenous enzyme, or we can even call it as intracellular enzyme. But if the enzyme action is taking place outside the cell, for example, this digestion, it takes place inside the stomach, okay, outside the cell. So, then such type of, that is such type of enzymes which takes place, where the action takes place outside the cell, those are called as exogenous enzymes. Exogenous enzymes or intercellular enzymes. So, it takes place, the action takes place inside the stomach, that is outside the cells. So, here those, if the enzyme is acting outside the cell, then it is called as exogenous enzyme or intercellular enzyme. And if the enzyme action is taking place inside the cell itself, within the cell itself, then such type of enzyme is called as what? Endogenous enzyme or intracellular enzyme. So, this is the basic classification of, that is not classification of enzyme, where based on the chemical nature, the enzymes are classified as simple proteins or simple enzymes or conjugated enzymes. In simple enzymes, only protein part is there. In conjugated enzyme, along with the protein part, non-protein part which is called as the cofactor, non-protein part which is called as the cofactor is also present. So, now in the next video, we will see the factors which affects the enzymes, factors which affects the enzymes.